hypnotherapist.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Katrina. I'm a hypnotherapist and an energy healer, and I'm here today to talk to everyone about these amazing little patches called the X39, and they are just life-changing. They're amazing. So many people have amazing results with these patches, me included, and keep saying I don't want to say anymore. It's just a thing I keep doing. There you go. It's obviously it's part of me. I'm just gonna go. Sorry, we're just having fun today. That's all. There you go. Again, and yeah, so many people around the world are having amazing results. So many skeptics that have tried, like my brother, amazing results. Even my father, in Poland, signed up to with a lady in Poland, which makes sense because I can't send him Polish stuff. You know what I mean? And yeah, explain it to him in Polish makes it really difficult. And so he even joined, and he's got so many health issues. And I've got a few people on that got, you know, chronic back pains and stuff that started using the patches as well, and amazing results. So these little patches, they don't look like nothing. You know, they look like nothing. They look like a little patch, but the technology inside of this patch is mind-boggling. And the founder, David Schmidt, I mean, what an amazing human being. He's very awake, very connected, and he said that before he did the X39, he had a download from the universe. I mean, we all know what that means, right, ladies? Debbie knows what that means. And yeah, so this is such a, even on a spiritual level, because it touches your energetically and physically as well. So, you know, it's our light and our energy that makes these amazing little patches work. So how cool is that?
So
I
cool.
can't hear you. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm Sally Ann Kearns. I'm a functional nutritionist. Katrina and I have known each other for a few years through social media. She's on the other side of Australia. I'm on the East Coast, but birds of a feather flock together. And ultimately, I'm seeking for my clientele solutions for chronic pain. That is my wheelhouse through nutrition and lifestyle strategies. So when this technology came to my awareness, it was because we were actually praying for a solution. We're like, come on, we need an answer to this. We need, because my husband had chronic lower back pain and it was debilitating. I'd also had a past partner who had suicided from chronic back pain. So it brought up a lot of stuff for me around fear, instability, and just wanting to go into that fix mode. So we did all the things, you know, the traditional things, the chiro, the physio, the Bowen, the spinal flow, energetic stuff as well. And just there was nothing that was really working until a beautiful friend who had chronic sciatica said, look, I've been using this and it has changed my life. I'd love to share it with you. And it was just fascinating how fast it works. So not everybody is a one patch wonder. Ultimately, we all have a different layer of historical health that needs to kind of get worked on. But one of the things as a functional nutritionist, we always work on the foundational priorities. So what I've really witnessed is this beautiful symbiotic nature of our bodies. When we put this on our body for 12 hours, we start to support in my opinion, what is the foundational priority for our body to come into balance. Now, we'll preface that none of us are medical doctors. We don't know your medical history. We're not making any claims that the patch is healing you. It's your body healing itself. And so when your body is given the right conditions, it essentially will come into balance. And this is what we've witnessed time and time again. So I'm going to share some slides, and Katrina's going to run us through some of the detail. So just give me 1 second. I've moved all my screens around, so if I'm looking off in this direction, it's not that I'm ignoring you. I'm just trying to figure out my... Okay, beautiful. Go for it.
Okay, so the new X39 patches, what they do is promote your own stem cells to rejuvenate, because after you turn 30, our own stem cells kind of go to sleep. because they're not working. So this actually activates the patch, your own stem cell, this little patch here. This is the first patch that elevates a peptide known to activate stem cells. The benefits are absolutely stunning and amazing. I think everyone on this panel already had an amazing results with them, so me included. But yeah, it's just amazing. This is the David Schmidt, the CEO, the inventor of the X39s and few other patches as well. Over 130 patents, scientist and inventor specializing in age reversal. In 2008, David focused his attention on stem cell research. Recent patent took 10 years and 4.5 million to bring to market. Next slide, thank you. Awesome. And yeah, in America, to be patent, your stuff actually needs to work before you can actually get the rights to have anything patent. So it's all, these links on our website, and elevating pop-up, including activation of stem cells, improving on energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction of inflammation, management of pain, improvement of stamina, elevation of collagen production, improved wound healing. And if you follow me on Facebook, you have seen my bruise where I patched for 12 hours and my bruise went down, my pain went down. Then I had my toe, I damaged my toe, and I put the patch on, was swollen and really, really red. And I put the patch on for 12 hours, and then that all just subsided.
Wow.
Like there was no redness. Why X39 stem cell patches activating patches? The fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and slower you heal, especially once we hit, I think, maybe 45 or 50. Yeah, hello, Veronica. We got hundreds of millions of people are experiencing symptoms of aging purely because of poor diet, not exercising, not hydrating enough neither. And obviously our stem cells are dying too, you know what I mean? So at the age of 30, only half of your stem cells are actually active. At the age of 60, you lose most of this stem cell activity. I'm 51, people, and I'm like, I need to do something for myself because I want to, look younger, and I want to feel amazing at the same time. And Sally, I did buy some patches of Sally, and then I went 2 weeks without them, and I felt the difference how my body felt without the actual patches. And I said to Sally, I'm like, sign me up. Because I need those patches on me, because I need, like, literally my whole body started hurting, because I had no patches. So straight away now I won't even go one day without it. So yeah, let's go next. Okay, so how the X39 works: proprietary form of phototherapy. Patent nanocrystal technology reflects lights to activate it non-transdermal. So it means that nothing goes inside of you, and it using your own body's energy and light to activate itself. No drugs, chemicals, or stimulants, non-invasive. You just put a patch on. There's preferred spots like on C7 and under your belly button, but I have put, and I'm pretty sure Debbie done this same thing. I've put where I've got, like, I woke up the wrong way and my shoulder was hurting, so I just put the patch on right on my shoulder, and within a couple of hours, I'm like, where's the pain? It's gone. You know what I mean? So even these preferred spots, you can use them anywhere. The benefits of the X39: increase strength, reduce inflammation. And inflammation is, we could talk, being a functional nutritionist, Sally Ann, inflammation causes so many things in our body, right? So when we can heal our guts and heal our body from inflammation, then the energy flow will be so much better. And then, as an energy healer, these energetic blocks, especially in people have a lot of stomach issues because there's a lot of inflammation in the stomach as well. So even as a healer, I noticed that as well. Increased stamina. Like today, I'm just buzzing. Like I went for a walk, cleaned my house, went to get petrol. I'm just like, I love it. It's just like whole new me. It's really, unless you actually experiencing yourself, it's really hard to put it into words, because people are like, what? What is wrong with you? You know, I'm like, I'm patching people, I'm patching, you know? And yeah, it's amazing. Even my brother, super skeptical. He bought a pack of me and he was sick constantly. Time, get better, sick again. He went for blood test. Um, Nothing came up. I said, put the patches on, gave him some organic oregano oil as well, and within 3 days he was cured. 3 days. And
Wow.
you know, he works really hard because he's a Tyler and he runs his own company here, renovating stuff, and goes, look, considering that I work really hard and I didn't get much sleep last night, I actually feel really good. And I'm like, that's because of the patches, you know? And he's so skeptical about it. He's even skeptical of me, you know, getting a healing from me. He won't do that, you know. Yeah. Tiling is hard on your body, absolutely. And he's 49 and he's been doing it since he was 22. So he had fluid on his knees in the past and all sorts of health issues, you know. And but yeah, he's feeling great. He says he even put one on his little doggy the other day because the doggy hurt himself.
Oh, so
And
good.
he goes, "Oh, I patched my doggy today." And I'm like, this is a new guy, you know, patching. And I love that. Mental clarity, so the brain fog will go as well. Restored muscle and skeletal conditions, improvement of sleep, improved skin appearance. Like, I feel that I've been on the patches on and off since June, and I feel that my skin it's more glowing and my eyes seem a lot brighter as well. You know what I mean? And I am 51, and people say, you know, your skin is actually really nice and glowing. So that's a really big compliment to the patches. The new X39 patch, dramatic pain relief. The pain relieving benefits of X39s have to be experienced to be believed. Most people notice a reduction in pain within minutes of application. Those are those amazing one patch wonders. When I first got my patches from Sally, I injured my shoulder because I was cleaning and lifting stuff. It took me two goes, so two 12-hour goes. And on the second day, my pain went away. And I'm like, what is happening? Why is this pain gone? You know what I mean? Because I was a bit skeptical myself at first. And then once I tried them and I felt how I felt without them, I was sold. Like, I was sold. And I said, sign me up to the business. You know, because people need to know. You cannot buy this at the shops. You cannot buy that anywhere. The founder himself, he said he's not moving from the business model in any way. He loves this direct selling business model, because you know what I mean. If he puts it anywhere else, there's the middleman, and you know, like with big pharma, you know, you got doctors, you got pharmacies, they're making trillions of dollars, and everybody gets trickled out in the system. And this business is completely different. So he will not change, and this is unfortunately the only way you can get it. You know, some people feel a bit funny about the business part, but it's the only way to get them, and it is amazing. Okay, so results of topography map. A participant, 77-year-old woman, placed the X39 on the back of her neck. So session 1, as you can see, quite a bit of inflammation, as we were saying. Lack of brain coherence. Session 2, 3 weeks on the X39, no more inflammation, if improved brain coherence. And session 3, 6 weeks on the X39, complete turnaround, better brain coherence. It can be noted that when she came in, her brain was hyperactive. Her brain calmed down dramatically at the second visit. After wearing the X39 patches for 3 weeks, her brain remained calm after wearing the patch for 6 weeks.
Wow.
So it's just, I mean, it's really is amazing stuff. So X39 long-term results, case studies in, it's on our website. First few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, brain becomes balanced. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. Within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. I mean, how amazing. It's not an anti-aging, it's age reversing. Because we want to reverse the age. We don't want to just put a band-aid on it, like, you know, like doctors do by giving you a painkiller and your body just, once you come off them, the pain's still there. It's completely different system. And yeah, and David Schmidt is all about age reversing.
Yeah.
and how to wear the X39, like I touched on before. So you wear the patch for 12 hours on and then 12 hours off to repair and rejuvenate, because your body actually does need a break from the patch. Then throw the patch away. What I've listened to, the patch is still good for another 12 hours, so you can put it on a child, on animal. I've done that with my cat. I put it in her bed and she had some eye stuff, and within 3 days sleeping on the patches, it all went away. And then you put a new patch on and repeat. Like I said, the patch is very small. You just peel it off. I don't want to use this one because I've got it. You just peel it on and put it on the C7 or under your belly button. Or if you got a very specific spot, you put it directly on the spot, so you don't have to be so regimented with it neither. And you can wear more than one at a time as well. And I've done that when I've hurt my when I hurt my bruise. And you also need to drink 2 liters of water minimum per day, because your body has to flush itself. And some people might actually feel worse for the first week or two, because your body is actually flushing all the toxins out of your body. It also depends on your body, you know what I mean? If you're pretty clean, you might not go through it, but if you got a lot of toxins in your body from medicine or other things, it can take a little bit longer for the body to detox itself. The X39 is very sophisticated yet simple to explain. Testimonies of the X39s are life-changing and emotional. You've seen me post about myself. You've seen me post from the group what other people are experiencing with a short period of time. Some people are longer period of time. The best thing about X39, it absolutely does work. So even though you might not feel anything physical, the inside of your body is still changing, and the results are coming a lot. Like today, somebody had a blood pressure, and it's just dropping. They've had blood work done, and the results are coming back to normal. And everybody's like, "What you doing? What are you doing?" You know, it's amazing. So yeah.
And so,
So
did
these
you
little patches.
have anyone that wanted to share tonight, Katrina,
Yeah,
or
did you want to say something, Debbie? Because I know that the first week for you was a little bit strange in a way,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm one of those skeptics in a way, because I've done marketing before with another couple of companies and blah 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 blah, and the hard sell and all that sort of stuff. So I am skeptical when I first start anything. But I thought, well, I've heard of these before. I was looking at them about 12 months ago from someone else. So I've been on them for about a week and a bit now, week and a half. And for the first week, I thought, oh, my body hurts so much, especially my knees. That's where I have most of my issues. And I felt really, really heavy. My legs felt heavy for the whole week. My head felt fuzzy, wasn't able to think straight, and all those sort of things, drinking water, everything else. And then I thought, I'll keep using them because I wanted to see what happens. So I was writing down my progression, and it's probably about 10 days now. And I was just saying to Katrina the other day that in the last, say, 2-3 days, something's changed. Something's lifted. I don't feel as heavy. Like my legs felt really, really heavy. The pain level in my knees has probably decreased by about, I'd say about 60-50%. Just little things that you notice, your skin and your hair and all that sort of thing. And I have to say, Katrina, I haven't seen you really for a little while. And I was looking at you before I started, and I thought, what is she doing? Something's happening, because you look good. Your hair, your skin, and everything.
Thank you. Yeah, it's
So,
been a year since we saw each other. It wasn't it? It was in Northern last year.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to keep going and
Yes.
reorder and work out how I'm doing that and which way I'm going to be doing that. We're talking to Katrina and see how things keep progressing and go from there. What was my question? It's lifelong, right?
Lifewave. Oh, the technology?
No, use.
Yeah, look, I think I've nearly 2 years.
Yep.
Onyx Coal and several of our uplines have been using the technology for 4 or 5 years. The thing that we do recognise, and I witness it even within myself, because I'm probably one of the first early adopters in Australia, is that you do notice a difference. It just in recovery from illness. I had somebody actually message me today. She's been patching for a year, not building the business, and she had said that she'd gotten COVID. Sorry, she thought she'd gotten COVID actually on a flight back to Victoria, and she said, "I just can't believe it. I'd normally be out for a week," and she said, "I've just bounced back. I've got so much more resilience." And this is what you see, like historically. I mean, I had gastro this year, and normally for me, gastroenteritis or any form of that would have me out for an entire week. I didn't even have a day of work.
Yeah. See, a lot of people may think in the long term, okay, it's continuum.
Yeah.
So they're putting the money forward to continually get that that health benefit.
Yeah. And Dr. Stacey says, she says ultimately, like, you know, when you're patching, you're essentially, what you're doing is you're handbraking the aging process. And so, you know, when we stop that process, the car starts rolling down the hill again. And like it's really interesting, because I mean, I know from my own testimony, about a month in, I had a struggle with some hemorrhoids since both birthing my son. And the problem got worse, shall we say, for 3 or 4 days, to the point where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to go to hospital and get this thing looked at. But then it went and it never came back again. And so I guess it depends on the ailment to the transformation.
If a person's getting the positive out of it and the benefit out of it, then that's going to cut the cost anywhere else in their life.
Totally. I mean, I haven't been to the doctor for 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And I didn't lose any time off work. And so that's probably more the, you know, the longer term vision. But ultimately, you know, our job as facilitators of information, and even in our practices, we would encourage people to tune into their body.
Yeah.
You know, that's the journey. It's like we're using this tool in the kit for this problem, and then essentially at a different time we might use a different tool in the kit. But ultimately, it's never just one thing. Like whenever you're seeking wellness, you're always doing more than one thing. You know, it always tends to overlap. So yeah, I think it's really powerful. Thank you for sharing. I can't wait to see what happens for you, Debbie, in the coming weeks and months, because what we've witnessed, if you've already had a shift 10 days in, like truly that is life-changing. Imagine imagine what's going to come. All right, so I'm just mindful of everybody's
and the good thing is also, you know, I mean, you can get them as a customer, but then you can become a brand partner. And like I was saying, this is the only way that you can get these patches. So why not get rewarded for it? And once people are going to start seeing the results in you, like Debbie said, you know, about me, she hasn't seen me for a year. Like, what are you doing? You look amazing. People are going to start asking questions. And it's like, well, you can be a customer, or you can, you know, build the business. So basically the patches are paid for.
Yeah. And that's essentially where we try to get most people fast. Because ultimately, if it's not costing you as much and you're still sharing, like when I shared this with Katrina, I didn't, you know, ring her up and do a sales pitch. I just said to her, honey, I've got this thing. It's really been pretty cool for my family and my health, and I just thought I'd share this with you. And of course, like, she's open to it, right? Like, she didn't say, oh no, go away, I don't believe what you're talking about. She just said, yeah, send me the information. And you know, I just met her with where she was at. I didn't say, you got to do this and you got to do that. I just essentially said, look, this is how you get the technology. These are the options. And then Katrina chose the best thing for her. And then we navigated what the next steps were. And so for more information on the actual tech, all the patents, the studies, and there's also a testimonies tab here which goes into specific health concerns that people have shared about. Is it info.com. And so when I spoke to Katrina about this initially, there was this real lean in around her sovereignty of energy, because, you know, when you're showing up in that space of holding space for others and helping them have the transformation, like that takes energy. And it's not to say that there's no life force and there's no vitality there. It's not that. It's just the mission is so great. Like, you don't jump on the planet and go, yeah, I want to be somebody that helps others heal. Because really, I mean, you're not usually a billionaire doing that role. But it's a real life calling. And so essentially we need to start to check in and go, okay, apart from wellness, you know, what is important to us? Is it making decisions to be around our family or to support our family? Is it the time, you know, are you slaving an 80-hour week and you just haven't really got another strategy around wealth creation? Do you want freedom? Like, my highest value is freedom of choice about what I put in my body, who I spend my time with, where I go, what I do, who I do it with. Do you want the security? You know, like, how life-changing would it be to have a few extra dollars coming in? And the travel. So I've just qualified for an incentive trip with my husband, all expenses paid, from Lifewave to Vietnam. And I also was very blessed to go to Korea, South Korea, in March. So they're very big on incentives and trips and treating you really, really, really specially. In fact, I remember sitting in the buffet in Seoul and I just sobbed because this was like, as a nutritionist, it was a nutritionist's dream, but there was this real moment of, I've just never been treated like this in a job, you know, and I was like, wow, these guys really know how to do it. And the opulence of the 5-star hotel and the way that we were treated and every detail was looked after, like they're an extraordinary company right from the top, and that flows through. And better health. Like, firstly, most people, you know, if they've been suffering chronic illness, they really want to say yes to their health first, particularly if they've tried all the things. And then debt, you know, we've got less debt, more wealth creation. And that's eventually what most people say yes to. And so what about Lifewave? We're coming up actually this October in Dallas will be the 20-year convention, where we believe that David Schmidt will be actually releasing another very exciting technology. So we're nearly 20 years. The X39, which is the more recent patch, which came into the US in 4 years ago, took this company from $20 million annually to actually over 430 million. I think we're on track to doing 500 this year. And that's just with the extraordinary results of the X39. We're in over 75 countries. And this is not a Me Too product. So it's not like a CBD oil, a hair cream, a face cream, a makeup, weight loss supplements, etc. This is a transformative health technology that essentially, no matter who puts it on, they will reap benefits. And they have our support, Katrina and mine and the rest of the group, to really navigate. If they're not getting the shifts, then why? And that's part of the support. And so we got actually rated #1 momentum company for per businesses at home. The thing that I love about it is I've just actually resigned from my job, my corporate job, because of this business. And that's really powerful because it enables me to pick up my kids, go slower. My boys are 5 and 7, and just essentially say yes to more things that are important to me. And so this business is continuing to excel in this space. And so our global team, this is it. So this is the growth in sales volume for our team within Lifewave, and that we're tracking on the blue line. And so this is Lifewave as a company in 2023. So we are a team of leaders. Everybody pretty much from Katrina and up is loving on you. They want to see you win. If you're saying, right, I want to do this, we're going to back you. And you're probably not going to be very familiar with the level of support that you're going to get, because we are so committed to your outcome and just supporting people that say that they want to run. And Katrina has said she's put her hand up. She said, I want to run, baby. I want to do this. And so this is why we're putting on this event.
I did. Absolutely. And the company itself, sorry, Sel.
Yeah.
You know, you have so many training videos and things to help you along the way. And even though you kind of within the company, but it's your own business as well. And I'm a business owner because I've got my own business as a healer and a hypnotherapist. So I know how that works. You know, if you want to buy into any companies, it costs minimum $500,000 to get into a company. Then you have to oblige by the rules and buy this and buy that. You know, there's no pressure. If you want to join the business, you join the business. If you don't, you just become a customer for life or for however long. But with the results that you're gonna get and people seeing those results, they want it. They're like, what are you doing? Why are you so healthy? Why am I in constant pain and you're not? You know what I mean? And like I said to Sally, because, you know, I'm a single parent with 2 kids and whatnot, and I still work part-time because, you know, business is up and down. And I'm like, I'd rather go without something, because when you break it down, there's around, you know, monthly patch is around $45 a week. I said, I'd rather go without something that I'm able to afford the $45, because we spend money on crap that we've been programmed to waste our money on. So when you reel it back and kind of look at it like, do I really need, you know, I'm not, this is a bit silly, but do I really need a Louis Vuitton bag? No, you don't. It's just society makes you believe you want it. You know what I mean? A $500 bag is just as, or $100 bag is just as good as $10,000 bag. Like the Birkins, I don't understand the Birkin thing. Like, you know what I mean? They're like 30, 40, $50,000 bag. I'm like, they're ugly. Why would you want to spend money? You know, so people got priorities because they want to, you know, because of society and the programming. So you need to come back to yourself, you know, and kind of put what's important to you, either your health or, you know, keeping up with the Joneses. Because I know I'd rather have my health
Mhm.
than, you know, keep up with my Joneses and get a better car. I mean, I've got a good car, I can't complain. But just as an example, you know what I mean? There is things that we need to prioritize, and it's time to come back to ourselves with our health, with control of our health to ourselves. Don't give the control over that to the doctors and the system. We need to come back and then see how we can do it in the best way, non harmful way to ourselves. You know what I mean? And these patches, that's what they are. That's exactly what they are. So once you start your journey with these patches, people will like, they'll be like, what the heck are you doing? I want some. So, you know, you either send them to me and I'll give them my link and they'll sign up under me, because that's unfortunately, like David Schmidt said, this is the only way, this is the company is going. He's not changing. Or you can have your own link and then you get the benefits of that as well. And, you know, some people get funny. I lost a customer because I tried to tell about the business, like, oh, you're just trying to make money off me. Well, no, I'm not. I'm just showing you the other side of it. You know, there's that one side where we have the amazing patches and they do amazing things, but there's the business part. I can give you my link and you buy under me, because that's, or Sally Ann can give you her link and you buy under her. But how about you have your own link and give it, you know, give it to your own people and friends, because they will notice and they're like, I want some of that. You know what I mean? And the skeptics will turn around, and I was skeptical. Debbie was skeptical. My brother was skeptical. A friend in Thailand, he was bloody skeptical too. He goes, Katrina, if it doesn't work, you know, I'm coming back. And I'm like, dude, trust me. And, you know, within 2 weeks, he goes, sign me up to the business.
And so
You know what I mean?
essentially it's a really simple system. It's like anything that you're learning new. In the beginning, it's like learning a new language, but essentially the simplicity of the model is just coming from, hey, I've got something that you might be interested in. When are you free to share it? And as you're learning the words and so forth, that's where someone like Katrina and I can help you. But essentially, you can earn up to $25,000 US each week from this binary structure. There is another 3 ways to get paid in addition to that. So you're really quite uncapped. There are people achieving those results in the group. And then there's also multiple other layers of getting paid. So that first rank of manager, which is essentially 2 orders on the left, 2 on the right, really does start to unlock the rest of the matching bonuses, which are all in US and are unlimited. And so to get started today, there's really 3 ways. There's either the silver pack. Now, these are in US dollars. In all of the countries that we're in, it is US. So when it comes off your credit card or your debit card, it's in US. So this is $2.99 US, and it
I
is
think it
plus
works out to be
GST.
about 450 Australian from memory.
$5.15 today at today's exchange.
Was
I think
it?
when you
Okay.
bought it, it was a little bit less because the dollar had dipped, and that's
Yeah,
with
it
GST.
fluctuates on a daily. It's frustrating.
Yeah, and that's with GST and shipping. This one here ends up being about $850, and this one's $2,600. Now, you know, really, if you're intentionally building the business, you do need to be at this level. Whether or not you start there or you upgrade later is really a conversation that we can have with you based on where you're at, because we can meet you where you're at. And then they're really the requirement of ongoing business costs are one sleeve of X39 beyond, and that's 99 US. So when Katrina was saying $45 a week, this essentially is one sleeve with 30 patches of the X39, and that's basically your business costs. And before I got very unwell, I had a real estate business with 35 staff in Sydney, and I was about to open up another 2 offices. And I can tell you right now, there was no way I could get started in a business with $2,600 and, you know, not hold product and have the backing of the guarantees that this business offers. And then also I'm using that product, you know, me and my hubby, we're clicking through one of those each month on our own. So there is an order form. Katrina does have a link, but I would encourage you to circle back around to her and just jump on a chat about how to get started. She does have the information, and it's really simple. And so theoretically, it's just, I haven't met someone yet that hasn't had a pull around, there's got to be more than this. And I don't mean just with our health. I mean, in terms of our community, our vibration. This is a frequency tool, as is, you know, any photobiomodulation light therapy, same way that we get vitamin D. You know, there's no vitamin D in the air or the sun, but we go out and our body gets exposed to that frequency of light, and then the body knows what to do. So it's exactly the same technology. And this is how you got started. And if it's not this, then what? And I had not been looking for another business model, but the system and the transformations were what got me hooked. And as somebody that really does want to make an impact on others' health, this was a tool that I now use clinically. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful that I said yes to this, because this has changed our lives as a family, and it's enabling us to make better decisions around what's truly our dream and what do we want for our family. So yeah, it's exciting. And this is, you know, harnessing your body's natural properties for performance, relief, improvement. So even if you just said, look, I don't want to do the business, but I just want to get patching, that's a great place to start. And we will support you. So yeah, that's kind of the end of the slides as such. But yeah, so Isabel's got there, yep, no coffee for you to keep up. And that's essentially what ends up happening. You know, we drop the other vices. I've had people suggest that, which has just been so powerful. I've had people suggest that they've had a soul retrieval, and there's an integration that's kind of taken place in themselves. Like, so this is not just, you know, health. This is people stepping up into their purpose and us doing it together and linking arms. And the model itself is unparalleled. When I was in real estate, if I did a deal, you know, I'd be getting people stabbing me in the back. But now I get to link arms with some of my best mates. And we were thinking the other night about, you know, who would we want in this business? We'd want people that were intentional, that they had a why. You know, a little bit tech savvy, like you tonight. You can click on a Zoom link and you can search a website. That's about the extent of your savviness, and just focused on what you truly want. And then also people that we want to travel with, because when you're doing this, you get given a lot of trips. So you want to make sure that you're actually doing it with people that you love, and that have that alignment in values. So I can't wait. I can't wait to be doing this with you guys if that's what you choose to do. So we might stop recording now, and then if there's any questions, Katrina, are you having tech challenges?
Yeah, I'm having my video stop working and I can't get back on.
How funny.
Same